ready to lighten up? Today's workout is going to be Pilates inspired with a lot of twists, meaning twists on Pilates positions, which is going to really help chisel the waist, tighten the legs, and sculpt the arms, all right? So let's start with the hands at the heart, a nice tall posture, abs in tight, hips square, and you're going to rotate and just press together, press together. Right now we're warming up the core. It might seem silly, but this part is so important. You really want to keep those abs contracted and press and rotate as far as you can. Feel your abdominal muscles working, because this is going to kind of get all of those abdominal muscles fired up and ready to go. It's going to make it more effective, but it's also going to help open up these hip flexors, or these like your piriformis area, the top, the back of the hips. Not the hip flexors yet. We'll get to those. Really keep those abs in. And now, go ahead and bring your hands back to the middle. You're going to sink down, tap your elbows to your thighs, reach up over your head. If you're needing a little more time to loosen up, then you can just don't squat down quite as low. Down. And as you get warmed up, just move it bigger and bigger. So right now we're really getting those obliques, even the lats, the shoulders, everything. We're getting warmed up and ready to go. And we're going to take it into some great floor work. We'll add a little bit of cardio in there. You're going to feel really tight and toned after this one. Down and reach. And again, keep those abs really tight. Posture pulled up and in. Just sink those hips down. Let's do one more on each side. Reach, over exaggerate, and reach. Very nice. Let's take it to the floor. Get into a high plank and take the knee to the opposite elbow, but stay on the same side. Kind of like a little rapid fire, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Nothing too crazy yet. Exhale as you pull the knee in. Keep that upper back open. Neck pretty neutral. And go ahead and switch sides. About 30 or so seconds on each side. Getting those feet warmed up. I love doing this type of workout in my bare feet, but certainly if you have any foot problems at all, or knees or hips or anything, wear a supportive shoe. I've been working out barefoot for a really long time. It's always good to have a supportive shoe until you're really ready. All right, go ahead and bring those knees down and drop your hips to one side. So you're in this clamshell position with your legs. You'll start on the forearm with that supporting arm, belly in, open up, straighten up, in, and down. We've done this move before. It's a great kind of pre-fatiguer. Great way to get opened up and stretched out. And a great way to get those quads. If you kind of take a look, if you've got shorts on while you're doing this, you can see those quads flex and get those hamstrings lengthened. We're going to do a couple of different things on this side before we switch sides. So be ready. Really squeeze the glutes in the back. Very nice. Now, you're going to come up onto your palms, rotating so that you're stretching through the obliques. This is where the waist really gets worked up. We're going to use the glutes too. The top leg is going to extend up towards the sky as you rotate onto the knee, and then you're going to come back down, really working your obliques. You may feel this one tomorrow, right at the top of the hips and the back of the hips, top of the glutes. We're going to do about 45 seconds on each side with this one. We will do the clamshells on the other side before we switch. We got a few things to do before we switch, so just trust me on this one. Really squeeze those glutes at the top and try to drop the hips as low as you can. Rotate and press. We got about 15 seconds left on this side. My clock's going away. need a little extra padding under the knee, you can add it. Now keep that leg up, straighten the leg, straighten the arms, rock onto the forearms and lift. Down and lift. Starting to get those triceps in the game. Keep the leg as long as you can. You'll feel that glute on the supporting leg starting to burn, and that's great. That means it's working. Got about 20 more seconds on this side. The nice thing about this one is since we're doing both triceps at the same time, we're going to hit them double. 2 sets. Last one. Beautiful. Now go ahead and swing those legs around and take it into that clamshell shell position on the other side. Forearm open, straighten, in, down. It'll feel good to give that glute a break. It's beautiful out here today, not too hot. I hope it's beautiful where you're at too. Or you are seeing the beauty in it. As you go through these workouts, if you find that you prefer to do a number of reps instead of timed intervals, you feel like you move a little slower on one side, it's okay to go ahead and switch it. All right, and count numbers instead of seconds. Hands down, extend the leg up, bring it down, up, down. You may have to play around with surfaces for this one too. I've got a nice dense mat here. It's not really thick, but it's nice and dense, and it allows me to rotate without getting tangled up in the movement. And then if that leg, if it's not getting completely straight in the back, that's okay. Really, you want to flex those glutes. And you want to stretch the obliques. So as long as you're getting that, if that's happening, then you're doing it effectively. And hold it up there, keep it up there, abs in, then lower to the forearms and straighten. The closer your arms are to your shoulders, or the closer the hands are under your shoulders, the more intense it is. So if it feels too easy, bring the hands more under the shoulders. You can make it easier by putting them forward. You can make it more challenging by bringing it in closer. Keep that back leg nice and long. Three seconds. Beautiful. All right. We're getting into something pretty tough. Recline back. Take that forearm position that I'm loving today. Abs in. Really press your forearms into the mat to keep those shoulders long. Bring your knees up. Belly in. And you're going to take it side, middle, side, middle. Try to control. Don't worry about your knees touching the ground. Mine, not going to touch the ground. It's more about control, okay? Belly in, side to side. Nice neutral neck, okay? So try not to scrunch up. Try not to wheel up towards the sky. Just keep it neutral. It's actually a great way to strengthen it too. You'll lengthen through those trapezius muscles right there inside the shoulders too, which is a good added benefit. All right, one more on each side, really scooping those abs out. Now, holding it up here, you rock forward a little bit, recline back, knees right over the hips, and you're going to straighten it to a 45, bring it in. Straighten and in. We're going to do about 25 of these. We're on 6. I'll try to count well for you guys. You'll feel this in the hip flexors and quads as well as the lower abdominal wall, the lower part of the abdominal wall. Come on. got 10 to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bring those heels in toward the hips. Shoulders together. Interlace the fingers under the tailbone if you can. And with those hips up, you're going to tuck the knee in and down. Just like you're marching. Try to keep the toes and knees and hips pointing forward or up with the hips as the case may be. And you're just marching. Don't worry about whether the feet are pointed or flexed. Just do what feels more comfortable to you, because you're going to be working that lower back, the glutes, the quads, the abs, and really keeping a nice open chest with this one. Do you feel like your posture's rolled forward at all? This whole workout is incorporating things that really help open up the chest. One more on each side. Finish it off with this back side. And lower those hips down. We're going to roll back up into that forearm position. Bring the legs out into this 45-degree angle. Point the toes. And now we're going to open and cross. Open and cross. Like a flutter, but a little bit wider. Really pull the belly in. And a neutral gaze, just gently looking toward the feet. And just really try to keep the abs pulled in. It's easy to puff them up here. Don't worry if you do kind of puff them up. It's not going to cause any sort of like build out with the abs. But just thinking about drawing them in. It's great practice for training them to where you want them to stay. Not just for the aesthetic, but also because it helps protect your posture. Looks good, feels good. Really working those inner thighs here too. Very nice. Keep the hips turned out. Kind of pull that belly in really hard. And just little tiny flutter with the hips open. Tiny flutters. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Tuck the knees in. All right, you're doing great. Have single leg is the goal, or single arm is the goal here. If you need to use both arms, then use both arms. But what you'll do is you're going to lift the hips up. One knee's bent, one leg straight, one arm is down. The other one is here. You're going to, at the same time, put the foot down, switch arms, extend the other leg in front of you. You want to go, I don't want to say fast, but you do want to keep it moving, because the slower you go, the easier it is to really lose your balance. So you're using the triceps, you're flexing through the quads, you're using the core, and this movement, once you really condition and train with this movement, it can become quick. You can make it more plyometric. That would be a little more like military based. But you want to make sure the shoulders are ready. And it's always going to be effective in toning the shoulders and triceps, even without moving very quickly, without bouncing into it. So I like the control. I like how it feels, just knowing that I'm feeling every muscle do its thing. And the longer you do it, the more fatiguing it is. You wake up in the morning, you just want to get all of your muscles kind of invigorated. This will be one way to do it. And if you feel a little wobbly, that's okay. What do you do, actually? Let's do one more on each side. Very nice. Go ahead and bring the hips down. Oop, I've lost my clock. That's okay. Whew. Legs and everything. All right, hips are going to lift up off of the ground. Reverse table, abs in. This is one of my favorites. So from this reverse table, you're going to bring your leg up into this 90-degree angle. Open the hip, bring it up, straighten the leg. Can you see where we're at? You'll feel the hamstring working on the supporting leg. You'll feel the abs working. And don't worry if your hips aren't way up here. That's okay. You can actually drop them down a little bit for this one, just to kind of relax a little bit. So you can really focus on range of motion, keeping those arms strong. Gentle stretch through the front of the shoulders. Let's do one more. And leg down, lower the hips down. We're going to recline onto the back before we switch sides. Keep losing my time here. And you're going to straighten the legs. Stay on the forearms, abs in tight, just nice and relaxed so you're really engaging your core. Straighten and switch. It'll feel good to stretch out that hamstring on that leg that was supporting you. Exhale, inhale. You want to make this kind of rhythmic with the breathing. Since you're not really going, since you're always moving a leg, you just make your breathing somewhat rhythmic. Really keep those abs sucked in. Few more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. We're going to switch, do the other side, fingertips pointing toward the hips, lift it up. Now our front leg, or my front leg, slash right leg is going to do the supporting. Box this out, open, up, straighten. I like to just kind of look up toward the sky or slightly forward. Feel that hamstring working already. Those abs in. Just a few more. Starting to shake a little bit. Bring it in, out, and go ahead and press it down. We're going to recline back onto the forearms once more and do those leg scissors again. Abs in, shoulders low. If you're used to traditional Pilates, you will not recognize these exercises. These are not traditional Pilates exercises. There are elements of traditional Pilates exercises in a lot of these movements, but it's definitely just a twist on Pilates. Try to take my favorite things from it. You create a little fusion. Grab a leaf for your hair. You're going to roll up, reach for your toes. You're going to put your hands into a little shark blade and reach to the outside of the pinky toe. Lift the chest up, scoop out the abs, recline back, roll up, do it on the other side. Scoop up, scoop out the abs, roll back. Big inhale while you're back here, roll up, exhale, hinge forward. You're going to alternate sides as we complete this movement for about 15 reps on each side. Sweep out the abs. Nice big shark fin over the head. Here comes 5. Scoop it out and reach. And 5 on the other side. If you notice yourself inching off of your mat, could be that you're just that core a little bit, or arching the back a little bit in the back, and that's okay. Push a little bit. Just center yourself and jump back in. I love this nice long lengthening move. You can get a great hamstring stretch out of it. Good deep core engagement. It's like a little massage for the belly, and it's a nice stretch for the lower back. You can change the feeling just by keeping the chest puffed up and the back flat, or by allowing yourself to reach and even round a little bit. Just be gentle and do what feels good. Don't be overly concerned with looking exactly like me. If you feel something pulling or painful, then obviously stop. But listen to your body and let it guide you. If you're being gentle and moving kind of at your own pace, then you can kind of guide yourself and decide if you need to take a break or change position. And if you're not reaching past the toes, that's okay. Let's just do a few more on each side. Very nice. All right, bring those feet together. My feet are getting dirty out here working out outside in my bare feet. Ew. All right, puff the chest up, and we're gonna fold forward, just allowing the elbows to kind of relax on the inner thighs. Just a little stretch before we go ahead and shift into a table. Knees under the hips, abs in tight, elbows back, and then we're gonna combine some movements from earlier in the workout, and we've done this before, or something very close to it. But bring the knees together, elbows back. Lower the chest down as you extend the leg up, then bring it right back to a table. Stay on the same side, so right leg back, and bring it in. This will look kind of like it's a modification of a push-up, keeping those triceps in. It helps you build up to chaturanga, if that's something you're working on. If you've already really mastered chaturanga, it's still going to be a great toner for your triceps. Works the glutes, gives you a nice long line through the leg. Keep that core engaged. We're just creating different lines here. Let your shoulders guide you. You feel it pulling your shoulders, back off a little and don't take it quite as low, just like that. Let's do one more on this side. My shoulders are feeling really good and fresh today, so you can take it a little bit deeper. Other leg, same thing with those triceps. Your triceps need a break, then just stay up and do the leg. If your triceps are feeling awesome and you really want to be intense, stay low and bring the leg back. Or keep going with the flow. Pull that belly in if you feel like you're starting to relax it. Try to keep those elbows pointing back toward your legs. Three, 2, and 1. Very nice. Go ahead and curl those toes under, roll the hips back, and walk it back into a forward fold. You can just kind of hang and sway. Tuck the tailbone under, roll up. Bring the hands to your heart and press them together firmly. We're going to hop out and in, kind of like a jumping jack, out and in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Doing a little cardio burst right now. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to jog in place or do high knees. You could also march if this is more your speed. But if you've got it in you to add a little hop, then just a little hop. Doesn't have to be too high. Nice soft landing. 2, 1. Very nice. Now, wide stance, palms to the ground. Then you're going to reach your arms up and hop together, okay? Now you can put it together a little more fluidly. To the ground, jump up. You can soften the knees if you need to. You need to take it slower or fast. We're going to take it faster in a minute, so don't take it faster yet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if you've got it in you, double time for 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! I don't know about you, but my glutes are on fire. We're going to take it down to a table. Hands under the shoulders. Good little cardio burst there. Belly in. And we're going to keep the legs at this angle and do a big circle so your knee comes into your hip, circles around. Big circles. Abs in. Really use your belly. And if you lose that, it doesn't have to be a perfect angle. I'm sure my angle is shrinking and increasing slightly with the circles. And that's okay, yours does too. 2, and 1. Nice little fascia release. That circling motion, reverse the direction. 2, 3, 4, excuse me. Very good. And go ahead and switch sides. Circle it out. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay in the comments. We've been having a little speaker trouble, and I think we've resolved it. But if you're having trouble hearing me, just let me know and we'll continue to work on making it clearer and clearer for you. And now reverse directions. These big circles are so good for so many things. Not only are they effective, but they're therapeutic. You'll feel a burn, but it's a great massage. Great way to self-massage while still toning your muscles. Very nice. Knees stay under the hips. Reach those hips back and walk your palms forward. Coming into a child's pose, relax your forehead on the mat. You can create a little bit of space between your knees if you'd like. And relax this way. Really lengthen the arms, lengthen the triceps, press the forehead into the mat. And whenever you're ready, tuck the tailbone under and roll up. Big shoulder massage. And take that right arm across the body and gently pull it in, stretching out through the backs of the shoulders. Reach those arms out wide, open up the chest. You can even pull the shoulder blades together and switch it to the other side. All right, big shoulder roll to the back. Extend the legs out in front of you and walk the palms forward. We don't always do a cool down together in these 30-minute workouts, and I want to offer that to you for just like some more guided stretching. It is so good for your body, such a great way to leave the work, even if that means 5 less minutes of vigorous exercise, or sometimes we just go over a few minutes, but it's definitely good to take a few minutes, stretch when you're done. It's the best time to stretch because your body's already warm, so you can usually get a little bit more. And you just want to kind of let your body guide you. Lift up tall through the rib cage and then reach. You can always hold the stretches longer if you'd like. Walk the heels away from the hips. Nice tall seat and hinge forward. I love working out with you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today.